90% of people under 30 fall into the same financial traps over and over again. And the scariest part? They genuinely believe they're doing everything right. Today we break down the 5 biggest traps in tier list format, from bad to catastrophic. Tier D, just unprofitable. Tier S, it completely destroys your financial future. I'll show you exactly where your money disappears every single month. This isn't theory. This is happening to real people right now. If you're under 30, watch this to the end. After that, it gets much harder to fix. My name is Austin. I've been trading financial markets for over 7 years. I personally went through most of these traps, and I paid for it dearly. All right, let's open the table. We start with tier D, the least dangerous trap of the 5. Trap number 1, living paycheck to paycheck and thinking that's just normal adult life. You work a month, money's gone in 3 days. Then you wait for the next one. That's the trap. On paper, it seems fine. You have a job, money comes in, but it never stays. You're not spending on luxury, no yacht, no designer stuff, just regular life. Groceries, rent, phone bill, Netflix, and somehow, zero left. I used to think this was just how adult life works. Everybody struggles, right? Wrong. I was actively choosing this cycle without even realizing it. The problem isn't how much you earn, it's that there's no system behind your spending. One unexpected expense. Car breaks down, phone cracks, and you're immediately in debt. You start borrowing from next month's paycheck. Next month borrows from the month after. This is how people spend their entire 20s. And then their 30s. And then wonder what happened. The average person under 30 has less than $500 in emergency savings. Let that sink in. Not because they're lazy, because nobody taught them how to break the cycle. Tier D because you can escape it. It's uncomfortable, but fixable. The next drops are worse. The fix is simple in theory. Pay yourself first. Before anything else, put 10% aside. Not after bills, not whatever's left. First. Automatically. Every single paycheck. I know it sounds impossible when money is tight. I thought the exact same thing, but here's what I learned. You adjust to whatever's left. The 10% disappears from your mind. 6 months later, I had $800 saved. First time in years. Built from nothing. Let's tier D. A bad habit. A fixable habit. Let's move up the list. Trap 2 is darker. Trap number 2. Using credit cards without understanding how they actually work. Not using them wrong. Just not understanding the math sitting behind every swipe. You buy something for $300. I'll pay it off next month. Sounds completely reasonable. Next month comes. You pay the minimum, $25. The card company says, great, thanks. What they don't say. You just agreed to pay 24% interest on the remaining $275. That $300 purchase is now going to cost you $400, $500, sometimes more. Stretched over years, I had a $2,000 balance on my first credit card. Thought I was managing it fine. I was paying minimums for 18 months. The balance barely moved. The interest kept compounding. This is by design. Credit card companies make billions from people who don't understand this. Buy now, pay later apps are the same trap in a new costume. Same math, same result. The worst part, debt creates stress. Stress makes you spend more. It becomes a loop. You don't feel rich when you're in credit card debt. You feel like you're always catching up, because you are. You're paying for your past self's decisions every single month. Tier C, because millions of people live here for decades and never fully escape. The rule I follow now, if I can't pay the full balance this month, I don't charge it. Credit cards are tools. Used correctly, cash crack, points, credit building, that's it. Used incorrectly, they're the most expensive loans most people will ever take. 2 traps down, 3 more to go. And they get significantly more expensive from here. Before trap 3, quick pause. Everything I cover today, I break down deeper in my Telegram. Real strategies, real numbers, all completely free. Link is in the description. Seriously, if you're under 30 and want practical steps, not just theory, go check it out. Trap number 3, keeping your savings in a regular bank account and calling it safe. You worked hard, saved $5,000, put it in your bank account. You feel responsible. You're not. Here's what's actually happening to that money every year without you seeing it. Inflation runs at 3 to 4% per year in normal times, sometimes 7 to 8%. Your bank is paying you 0.01% interest. If you're lucky, 0.5%. That means your $5,000 is losing purchasing power every single year it just sits there. In 10 years, your $5,000 won't buy what it buys today. It'll be closer to $3,500 in value. You didn't spend it, didn't gamble it, you just left it. And inflation ate it quietly. I kept savings in a bank account for 3 years thinking I was being responsible. Meanwhile, the S&P 500 went up over 60% in that same period. I missed all of it. I'm not saying gamble your savings on meme stocks. That's a completely different trap. I'm saying doing nothing is also a financial decision, and it has real consequences. A basic index fund, a high-yield savings account, treasury bills, something, anything. You don't need to be a financial genius. You need your money to not stand completely still. The stock market has averaged around 10% per year for the last 100 years. Every decade. Wars, crashes, recessions. It keeps coming back. History shows this without exception. Starting at 22 versus starting at 32, same money. The 10-year difference is massive. Compound interest is called the eighth wonder of the world for a reason. Start using it. Tier B. Not dramatic, not glamorous, but quietly destroying millions of financial futures. Trap number 4. This one hits different, because it feels exactly like success when it's happening. Lifestyle inflation. Every time you earn more, you spend more, and you never actually get ahead. You get a raise, $500 more per month. Instead of investing it, you upgrade your apartment, new car lease, nicer restaurants, subscription boxes, better phone. You deserve it, and technically, you do. You worked for it. But financially, you just neutralized your entire raise. I did this 3 times in a row. Every income jump was completely absorbed by new expenses. I was earning more than ever, and somehow saving about the same. Nothing. Literally nothing. This is tier A because the trap is invisible. It looks like a reward. It feels like progress. But your net worth is what matters. Not your monthly lifestyle, not how your apartment looks. There's a concept called stealth wealth. The people building real money look broke on the surface. They drive used cars, live in modest places, cook at home, and quietly invest everything else. While people performing wealth lease BMWs they can't afford, just to signal status to strangers. Ask yourself honestly, who are you spending for? You? Or for how you look to other people? The 30% rule. When income goes up, send at least 30% of the increase straight to investments before you lifestyle inflate. Before your brain adjusts to the new number. Immediately. Automatically. I started doing this 2 years ago. My day-to-day life didn't change, but my net worth did. Significantly. The goal isn't to suffer. The goal is to make your future self richer before your present self adapts. Because once you upgrade your lifestyle, going back feels like punishment. Prevention is always easier. 4 traps down. D, C, B, A. We've covered a lot of ground on this list, but the last one. Tier S. This is the one most people never even recognize as a trap at all. Trap number 5. Tier S. The single most destructive financial mistake you can make before 30. Avoiding financial education and assuming someone else will figure it out for you eventually. School didn't teach you compound interest. Nobody explained tax-advantaged accounts. Your parents probably did what their parents did. Work, spend, maybe save a little. Repeat. And now you're an adult, making real financial decisions with almost zero framework to work from. You're guessing, Googling random things, taking advice from people who don't actually know either. This is tier S because it underlies every single other trap on this list. Paycheck to paycheck, partially an education problem. Credit card debt, education problem. Not investing, education problem. Lifestyle inflation, education problem. It all connects. When you don't understand how money works, you're playing a game without knowing the rules. And everyone around you, banks, credit companies, landlords, they know the rules extremely well. I spent 7 years trading financial markets. And I still learn something new every single week. The gap between financially educated people and uneducated people compounds over time. Just like money compounds, the knowledge gap compounds. And by 40, it becomes very, very wide. But here's the thing. You don't need an MBA. You don't need a finance degree to fix this. You need about 30 minutes a week, consistently, for a couple of years. That's the entire ask. One good book per quarter. One credible channel to follow. 1 hour reviewing your finances monthly. That's the full formula. It's not complicated. It's just not being done. Every person I've seen genuinely turn their finances around had one thing in common. They decided to understand money instead of avoiding it. That one decision changed everything. Financial stress is one of the top causes of anxiety, depression, and broken relationships in your 20s. Learning basic personal finance is one of the highest ROI investments you can make before 30. Not crypto, not options, not get-rich schemes. Basic, personal finance. The fundamentals people skip, tier S. Because without this, every other trap on this list is almost impossible to fully escape. That's the full tier list. 5 traps, D through S. You probably recognize yourself in at least one. D, paycheck to paycheck. C, credit card debt. B, cash rotting in a bank. A, lifestyle inflation. S, no education. The good news? Every single one of these is reversible if you start now. I run a free Telegram channel where I go deeper on all of this. Real numbers, real strategies, nothing to buy. No upsells, just the stuff that actually worked for me over 7 years of mistakes. The link is in the description. If this video helped you, share it with someone under 30 who needs to hear it.